Welcome to JenTalks and welcome to part 6 and the final part of the Law of Attraction series. So at the very first week, I mentioned that there's 6 steps that we can break it down to for the Law of Attraction. We talked about the very well-known ones, which are ask, believe, and receive. And then we moved into visualization, emotional recall. And then the very last one that we're going to discuss today is action. Or really what I mean for is prepare for, taking action and preparing for your order to arrive. So here's where I'd like to start. I want you to imagine that you have just received news that, you're about to be gifted a baby. Or if a baby is too much of a stretch, change it to a pet. Or if the pet is too much of a stretch, even think of something simple like you're about to be delivered a brand new car. And think about all the things you need to think about in order for these gifts to arrive in your life. I mean, the preparation that goes in when a newborn baby's on the way, between cots and clothes and all sorts of things that we need, bottles, sterilizing units, nappies, you name it. The same goes for pets, all the preparation. And, you can see the team as we're running along the car. We have to think about where the car is going to go. If we need tax, if we need insurance, all that kind of stuff needs to be put in place. But it's the exact same thing for you when you order something from the universe. When you call in a rocket of desire, in other words, you're manifesting something that you really want, you also need to take action in preparation for your item to arrive. So if you're calling in, a new house, you have to think about all the things that you're going to do or need for your new house as it comes along the way. Maybe you might need savings, to prepare for, redecorating this new house. If you're thinking about a new partner, there might be things that you might need to do, like maybe you need to make room in your house. I mean, a huge part of manifestation is actually decluttering. We have a great expression that we use, in the Tibetan tradition where they say you need to come with your rice bowl empty in order for it to be filled. So have a look at your life and ask yourself, is there room in your rice bowl for what it is you're trying to manifest? Because if there isn't room, then where is it going to go? If your wardrobe is jam-packed and you're expecting to have this partner living with you, you need to make room in your wardrobe. You need to make room on their side of the bed, or, whatever it is that you're calling into your life. So if, for example, it's going to be something like less tangible, for example, you want a new qualification, or you want, to actually do something, you want to be successful at something, you have to prepare for that. You have to act as if it's already on its way to you. So have a look at your life. Here's a great way to look at your life. Do a little kind of audit of, if I was to hear the news today, I was to open a letter in the morning from the universe saying, by the way, Jenny, you've granted your wish. It's on its way. What steps do I need to take now that I know it's on its way to me? And write them down. Write down the steps that you need to do and actively pursue and take action for the steps that you need to do. Does that make sense? So you need to be ready for what is coming down the line. When we take action, and we often refer to it as inspired action, and all we mean by inspired action is following the trail of breadcrumbs. So in other words, the universe will send you little clues. If you say, for example, your lifelong dream is to be like a rally driver, and then all of a sudden you're driving along in the car, on the radio there's an ad for like rally driving lessons. That's a little nod along the way. It's a little trail of breadcrumbs that you need to follow. So have a look at, open up your radar to what clues are out there now that you have decided that you've asked for this goal to be granted, this gift that you want to manifest into your life, and follow them. So you don't just go, oh, well, I look up that when it arrives. Prepare, get into preparation mode. Look for the clues that will prepare you for the time when your gift is going to arrive. Also prepare yourself by doing an audit on your life as it stands now and what it should stand when the gift is here. So if you've asked for a new pet, you need to get your ducks in a row and get stuff in sorted. Like, is your garden ready? Is your house ready? Is your apartment ready? For a new pet to arrive. If it's a new partner, it's exactly the same process. If it's a new job, it's exactly the same process. Like, what is it that you need to do? Is there a certain bus route that you need to know about to get to this job? So whatever it is you ask for, audit your life and see what is the gap between what your life is like now compared to what your life needs to be like when this gift arrives, and put the steps in action. Like for me, like I'm manifesting a new home, and I'm like buying stuff now, not a mad amount of stuff, but just stuff I see. I say, oh, that'll be great for when I get my new house, you know. So all the time channeling the energy of not like, is this house on the way to me? It's when this house arrives, I'm going to have like a cup rack, or, you know, silly little things that I know that will be for my new home. Or it might be, you know, a plant or a fire pit or something that I think, look, when I get my new home, that will be for my new home. And it's not, is it going to happen? It's when it happens. Because the big thing about preparing is also that we make room for it. We're sending out the vibration of preparation, but which is just happens to rhyme. But also we're building our trust muscle. So the two muscles that need to be super strong when it comes to manifesting is your trust muscle. Really strengthen your muscle of trust. And the second one is surrender. Surrendering means handing it over and allowing the universe to provide for you what they see is the best fit, in line with what you've asked for, in line with how you want to feel. So sometimes we'll ask for a cat and the universe will send us a dog. And the reason for that is because when we ask for a cat, the emotion that we were feeling is still being met by the item that the universe sends. And one of the barriers to manifestation is that we get very caught up on the very specific outcome. Yes, we need to get specific when we're asking and we're creating our rocket of our desire, but the specification is really around, and the clarity of it is really around the emotion that we're going to feel when it arrives. It's not so much the finer details of exactly what it looks like, what shape, what size, what color. It's more to do with how we're going to feel when that item arrives. So that's where specifics are important. When it arrives, the universe will provide for you what you need in order to feel the emotion that you requested you wanted when this item is ordered. So don't get caught up on the whole, like, you know, I want to work for Aer Lingus every Monday, Wednesday and Friday for 3 hours. You might just want a job in an airline, you know. So, and then they might decide, well, actually, they're going to give you a job in Ryanair instead, you know. So just to be very open to that. If you're interested in learning more about the barriers to manifestation, I have written 11 barriers to manifestation as part of my chapter on manifestation, as part of the book that I'm involved in with 11 authors. So there's 10 other fabulous women like myself who have amazing stories around manifesting and absolute top tips and information that can help you if that's something you're interested. That will be getting released on the 11th of November this year. So stay tuned. I'll be posting more about it on the channel. So if you're interested in finding out more, as always, stay tuned to JenTalks. Just to mention as well, next week, I will be starting a series on trauma-related practice. So what we mean by that is working with people who have identified trauma in their life, helping them to work through it. And I suppose really what I'll be talking about is how we really raise awareness of trauma in our own life, and then how that informs the way we work with people and how we even nurture and take care of ourselves. So that will be a 3-part series that I'm going to be starting with next week. The next video on Tuesday will be pre-recorded because I'm going to actually be away next week, but I'm going to record it for you on Tuesday. So what it means is it won't be live, but I will be taking questions. So if you do have questions, as always, you can post them in any of my social media platforms. As you know, this video goes out across all of my platforms. So you can DM me, PM me, EM me, whatever works for you. And I will get back to you, although it won't be until the following week because I'll be offline while I'm away, having a proper decent break for my birthday. Other exciting news is the Wellbeing Network is coming back to live meetings. So in other words, we're getting together in person from September. So the last Tuesday of the month, which is the 27th of September, we will be meeting in the Base Enterprise Centre with a physical gathering for the Wellbeing Network. So I'll keep you posted on speakers and exciting news for that. And also, last but not least, if you're interested in learning how to become a professional life coach and you want to learn from one of the top 5 life coaches in Dublin, which happens to be me, and somebody who has 20 years experience in training, I am running a professional life coaching certified course from the 21st of September. And that is every Wednesday evening for 8 weeks, as well as 2 full Saturdays. And there's only one place left in that course. That's why I've decided to share that information today, because if there is anybody out there watching that's interested in joining me, we'll set up a discovery call and see if you're suitable to the course and if I'm, if the course is suitable to you. And if that's the case, well, I can send you on all the details. So that's all from me today. I've gone a little bit over my 10 minutes today. Apologies for that. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope that the law of attraction has been an eye-opener for you and you learned something new about it that you didn't know before. And please, please, please put it to the test. Put it out there, manifest something of your dreams and watch it unfold for you. And please share the magic when it lands, because it absolutely will. Trust me on that one. So thank you again, everybody, for joining me as always on JenTalks, and for following me here on the channel or any of my social media platforms. And I look forward to being back here again next week for another inspiring talk on trauma-informed practice and some nuggets of wisdom around trauma and what you may or may not have experienced in relation to that. Thank you so much, and I look forward to hearing all from you soon. Take care. Bye now.